Today, we're diving into a guide for life that's almost 2,000 years old, but you know what? It feels like it could have been written yesterday. It's the short, super powerful manual for finding some real mental freedom, no matter what the world decides to throw you. It's called the Enchiridion of Epictetus.
I mean, you know the feeling, right? That little knot of anxiety you get when you're stuck in traffic and late for something important, or when a project at work just completely goes off the rails. It's that feeling of being totally powerless, just watching things happen around you.
Well, it turns out there's an ancient text designed specifically to deal with that exact feeling. It's not just a book of philosophy, it's literally meant to be a handbook for life.
And this is it, the Enchiridion of Epictetus. It's a concise little manual of Stoic advice, put together around 125 CE by a guy named Arrian, who was a student of the philosopher Epictetus. And just look at the 17th century edition. You can see how much care was taken to preserve it, with the original Greek printed right next to the Latin translation. It was just that important.
The name itself tells you everything. Enchiridion is a Greek word that means in the hand or ready to hand. Think of it like a small sword or a dagger you'd keep at your side. It's meant to be a practical tool, something you can grab at a moment's notice to, cut through all that mental clutter and anxiety. So, how does this thing actually work? Well, the entire philosophy, the whole shebang, is built on one single powerful idea that Epictetus called the Dichotomy of Control.
And here it is. It's actually pretty simple. Epictetus basically says, look, the world is split into two parts. On one side, you've got the stuff that's completely up to us, our judgments, what we want, what we try to avoid, and what we choose to believe. That's our inner world. Then, on the other side, is everything else. Our bodies, what people think of us, our stuff, and basically anything that happens outside of our own minds.
And Epictetus does not mess around. This quote, it's literally the very first sentence of the entire book. He's laying it all out right from the start. He's saying before we do anything else, you have to get this one distinction right. Because according to him, all our unhappiness comes from mixing these two up, from trying to control things we can't while totally neglecting the one thing we actually can.
So, okay, if we can't control events, if we can't control other people, or even what happens to our own health, what's left? How in the world are we supposed to find any peace?
And this is the key. It's not the traffic jam that's making you furious. It's your judgment that the traffic jam is this horrible, unfair thing that's ruining your day. It's not someone's negative comment online that actually hurts you. It's your judgment that their opinion matters and has power over you. The thing that happens is just a thing. It's neutral. Our reaction to it is where all the good or bad stuff happens.
And this is the ultimate prize. The whole point is to untangle ourselves from that external chaos by focusing all our energy on our own minds. The Stoics had a great word for this, ataraxia. It basically means a state of total inner calm and freedom, no matter what's going on around you.
An idea this simple and this powerful, it doesn't just disappear. It gave this little handbook an absolutely remarkable journey through history, influencing some of the greatest minds along the way. For centuries, this little book was just meticulously preserved. Scribes copied it by hand, scholars translated it again and again. It spread from Greek to Latin and then all across the world, all while keeping that core message perfectly intact. I mean, just look at this lifespan. It starts in ancient Greece, then it gets adapted for use by Christian monks in monasteries. Then it has this huge comeback in the 17th century with a movement called Neo-Stoicism. And after that, it becomes required reading for all the big thinkers of the Enlightenment. What a journey. And the list of people who love this book, it's like a who's who of Western history. We're talking about pioneers like Lady Mary Wortley Montagu, the father of economics Adam Smith, American founders like Ben Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, and even the poet Walt Whitman, who said the book was sacred and precious to him. The physical proof of its staying power is just amazing. Over 100 ancient manuscripts of the Enchiridion still exist today. Now, 100 might not sound like a lot, but for a text from the ancient world, that is an absolutely massive number. It just shows you how deeply this book resonated with people through the ages. Okay, so let's bring this all back home. Why are we talking about a book from 125 CE in the first place? Why does this ancient manual still matter so much right now? Well, because that central challenge that Epictetus was talking about, it's never been more real. We live in a world that is basically designed to hijack our attention, to make us outraged, to make us anxious, to make us worry about a million things we have zero control over. And the Enchiridion, it's like a timeless antidote.
It's a strategy to take back your focus, to master your own mind, and to find a little bit of freedom right here, right now. Which really leaves us with a big question for our time, doesn't it?